All right, welcome to the Angela and Bradley Show. Today we're going to talk about the book sales page from the famous author Neil Gaiman. And this is his website right here. So we're going to talk about what we like about it, what he did well, and where we see where improvement is needed.
Great. And, the first thing I would say is, because I don't know this author, and I think you do, I'm curious about how you say his name. And I wonder if that matters at all, if anybody would, is it Gaiman? You said something like Gaiman. I don't know. And I wonder if authors, if that matters at all, if they have, maybe they could have even a little audio soundbite on how to say my name or that little phonetic spelling thing. But maybe if you're a fan, then maybe you already know. But I don't know. Anyway, that's my first comment.
Yeah. Well, this is Neil's site. I'm a huge fan of his work because he tends to write, he writes fiction, and it always has a very fantasy element to it. So it'll be a book about someone who's going about their everyday life, and then all of a sudden something insane happens to them.
Okay.
So I love that. And I really like coming to his website. I think the branding was very well done. Just like the picture of him with the hair flying, that's a very authorly vibe that I get from him. So I really like that that's incorporated into the front of his website. You know that you're on his website because it's a picture of him. And then it has social media buttons very clearly, more information about him, and then the new releases that are coming up next year. That's all very well done according to the branding.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you're right. It really is clearly a person's site. It's clearly his site. He's right there looking at us. Great photography. And I can't even tell if that's like superimposed on some like tree scary background thing, but really nicely done. And I really I know technically even I know how difficult it is to then have his head pop up in that top part. So there was some money and time spent putting this thing together. But because we're talking about book sales pages, and I know you opened up this domain here, Angela, but is this his book sales page? Or, this is the homepage of his site. Does he have a specific book sales page for each book?
Yeah, and that's a great question because I haven't gone through and navigate it. So let's go ahead and click on one of his new releases and see where that takes us.
Interesting. I saw that it said it had a date and then it said hardback. I guess maybe he has different release dates for different formats of his book.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're here on what would be called the book sales page for this book. And right away, I love the book cover. That is gorgeous.
Wow. What is that? It's like a sledgehammer, but lights, and I'm sure you can see it better than I can, but
yeah, it makes me think of Thor's hammer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is perfect because it goes with the Norse mythology. That's really cool. So right away, very well done with the book cover right there. I wish, just looking at it, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit, that I wish it was bigger on the page so I could see more of it and really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, also because it's so beautiful and so simple, it could really be big. I don't see any other text on it though, right? It's Neil Gaiman, Norse mythology. That's it, right? No tiny text anywhere.
Which I think is perfect because he's such a well-known author and he's done so many different books that just having his name there is easy to see. It's perfect. It's great. And then the name of it, I love how simply done it is.
But see, that's a luxury that he has. If he has all these books, then he doesn't need to sell it with some, witty tagline or some, seal of approval, New York Times bestseller or something. He's just got his name, super cool image, and name of book.
Yes.
Wow.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And so we go on to learn a little bit more about the book, and, it's saying the Norse mythology, and then over on the other side, it goes a little bit into Odin and Thor. So we are on the right track with that. And just a little bit more about it, but that is it.
Where's the Odin and Thor? Is that Is that somewhere else? All I see. Can you scroll down a little,
Yes,
or up? I mean, or were you talking about Odin and Thor in this big paragraph?
it is in this big paragraph.
Okay, okay. Because at first glance, and again, and this is a perfect example. It's a good case study for us because you know this guy and you like him and you know what his books are about, and I don't. And so for me, my first glance is, wow, really cool cover, and okay, Norse, and I guess maybe that's Norway mythology. Okay, cool, and I really like his website, and then I get the title again, and then I get this gigantic paragraph. But further, for me, I don't know this guy person. I really don't get. I need a headline. I need a tagline. I need something to pull me in. Something with just a one-liner with bigger text about what this book is about for the people who don't yet know him. That's what my first comment is on this page. As a non-fan, I don't really get much beyond the cover and
Yes.
title.
And I definitely see that as well. I think the big paragraph of text, it would have helped if it was broken down into chunks. And then also to hear the tagline would be nice. And then also to see some reviews, what others are saying about this book specifically. Because I feel like there's not enough information here on the site in order for me to buy it. As a fan, the reason I would buy this book is because I'm a fan of the author. But if it was my first time here and I didn't know the author, you're right. Unless I'm very interested in this specific mythology, then I really am not too drawn into to buy the book if I'm a stranger to the author.
And also, like you said, you've read his other books, so that makes me question again, because I'm coming here as a first timer. Is this his latest book? And I think it was because based on the date on the homepage. But then, is it then the book I should read first? Maybe is it a trilogy? Is it a series? Should I really read book one? So again, as a first timer to this guy, I'm not. It's not. It needs to be like brain dead simple to learn about this guy, learn about the book, why I should buy it, and then how to buy it. And yeah, I can buy over on the left. I really don't know what library search means. I guess that means I can what, get it at the public library? Is that what that means?
I would assume so.
Interesting.
That's what I think. And it's actually going to Wikipedia link. When I roll over, I can see it's headed over to Wikipedia.
Oh.
So I can tell me where that book is at. But yes, then this really leads me to the question for his website. Is it for readers or is it for publishing companies? And what is the overall goal behind here on this page? Because as a reader, I don't know that I would necessarily go into his website to purchase this book. It's more likely I would go to Amazon to find them. And is the goal for me browsing this website is the thinking that I'm a reader coming to read more books, or is it that I am a publisher or maybe a bookstore and I need to get copies of this book in? What's the goal here?
Also, as you and I have talked about, sort of what's the number one thing we want to see on a page, and pretty high up on that list is the buy button, or at least the call to action button. What does this author want us to do?
Yes.
And with that library search up front, that makes me kind of wonder what he wants me to do. Does he want me to find it at the library and go borrow it from the library? And I think, okay, that's interesting. That's awesome. If he's good with me just borrowing at the library, but if he really wants to sell him, I would put buy up top.
Yeah, and that's another question that I do have about this website is the fact that he is a traditionally published author. So with traditionally published authors, there is a lack of control that they do have over the website, the book cover, what it looks like, the marketing. So I'm curious as to how much input that he's actually able to give for the website and what it looks like versus what his publishing company actually wants to do, and whether they're the ones controlling this. And, all he does is just focus on the writing. Because when we get down to the bottom, it does have the publishing company there. So this is something that they've done. So how much control does he actually have over this? And can he craft it into a beautiful book sales page that would really sell this book and not necessarily give someone a beautiful cover and a description?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I don't know. It's the only reason I could think of. Either he just doesn't isn't so into marketing, or doesn't need to. I mean, who doesn't need marketing though? I mean, everybody probably wants to sell more of their books, and this doesn't seem like it's doing a great job of it, or at least you and I are finding ways where it could be improved.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you're right. Maybe it's about the audience and who he's looking to attract and what he wants them to do. And so it'd be interesting to actually talk with him and see what he thinks about his page and what his goals are. Maybe we could learn something about that.
I think so. And I'm going to browse over to his work site so we can see kind of the collection of everything that he's done. So he does have his hands in quite a lot of different things, but the books is what I'm most curious about. And I feel like because he does have a lot of works out there, then it's not necessarily the fact that a book sales page for everything that he's done is doing. It may be the fact that, he has another book coming out, and it really is go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, wherever you buy books, and look for them there instead of having a whole book sales page.
Can you click on just some random one, or if you know of one that's really popular of his?
Yeah, absolutely. There was one that he wrote called Stardust that actually was turned into a movie.
Okay.
Which is pretty popular. So this is what that looks like.
Okay. So pretty similar with the addition of bonus content. Excerpt. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, that's cool. You get to listen to an audio excerpt or get an excerpt of it. That's helpful to me, the newbie to this guy. But yes. I agree with your very first comment was you wish the book cover were bigger, and I think so too. Just this one, of course, I'm looking sort of onto your screen, so I see it even smaller. But it looks like an interesting design, and there's a big paragraph I can't read on the book cover, but bigger would be, just more prominently displayed would be nice.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I would love to see that a lot bigger. See kind of the different retailers that are selling the book, get some reviews. And it would be really cool because this is also a movie. And again, there may be restrictions around this, but also to see that the cover of the movie on here as well, and where you can buy that.
Yeah, and if it is a movie, which is awesome, then maybe there's a movie trailer.
Oh, there is. You're right, which is exciting because watching it makes you want to read the book. And reading the book, of course, makes you want to watch the movie.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, this guy's got a lot going on, and yeah. But even so, even with a well-known author, with a huge publisher, and you and I easily find improvements to his book sales page, and we didn't even get into big details about what elements he could use. We did some testimonials, some reviews. If he's such a big name with a big author, I'm sure he's got some nice reviews. He could put at least one or two on a page per book movie trailer if he's got it. I'd like to see just a quick quote or just a quick summary of one sentence of what the book's about. The title, unless it's really Norse mythology, and I guess I would know what that. Oh, there we go. Oh no, will be released. Oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, 15 weeks. Okay.
We got some time to wait. So, I mean, that definitely is 2017. It's February, so that's a while away. But speaking of which, what's the ideal time you think? How much time should be on a countdown if you're doing it? Should it be 15 weeks? Should it be much shorter?
You know, as a reader, I mean, it's got to just be something I can sort of intellectually deal with. You know, something with 15 weeks. I mean, I can't even add. How many months is that? It's like, oh, that's too far. I don't remember. So I would hope, again, for this guy, trying to help this guy with his book sales, that at the very least, okay, so my answer would be, I don't know, less than 2 months maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But then what's he going to let me do in the meantime? Am I going to get on his pre-order list? Am I going to get on his mailing list so he can email me when it's ready? Or pre-order on Amazon? Or what's he going to let me do to get his book because it's so far in advance that I'm never going to remember that?
Yep.
What do you think? What's a good time? What's a good time in your mind?
I think less than 3 months is good because people do still have time to pre-order, and then they can get really excited about it and help share it out. Because one of the differences between traditionally published and self-published is self-publishers, they're more excited about their book launch team and their ambassadors that are helping to spread the word about the book. And they're really excited about getting out their pre-order bonuses, maybe for people that ordered it in advance.
Yeah.
With traditionally published, you still do have to do a lot of marketing with it, but you can also kind of rely on your past readers to do more for you and be excited about something new that's coming out because it is you and they read everything that you put out. And then I would love to see some bonuses that go along with this. That would be really exciting to see.
Yeah. Especially if you ordered early, or some sort of benefit to ordering early.
Yes.
Because that's, as we know, getting on that pre-release, especially on Amazon, is really important for Amazon. Well, as well as for publishers. That's really helpful for an author.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've got beautifully designed site, could use some improvements in several areas, but maybe he's restricted by the publisher. We don't know. But overall, it's well done and could even be better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's gorgeous, beautiful site, very well done. It's very cool to see all the many books he's written, and he definitely does have that his name going for him, and the fact that he is such an established author. But there's certainly a lot more that if he wanted to really take his website presence to the next level and really focus on having a website that sells books for him, there's a lot that he could do with that.
Yeah. Great. Okay, Angela, I think we've helped this guy out enough for today. We'll let them contact us.
Great. That's it for now.
Okay.